and I'm welcoming you back. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. This is our seventh day of our 21-day vertical live stream challenge and our daily dose of vitamin D3. I am super excited about talking to you today. This topic is near and dear to my heart. It is Self-Care Sunday, and as I promised you yesterday on Serenity Saturday, we'll be talking about the ways in which you can incorporate self-care into your daily routine. So I'm going to jump right in because I'm going to tell you why here shortly because I'm headed somewhere and I'm super close. I'm going to be there soon. I'm going to be meeting a couple people. So I have a tradition on Sunday. So I told you every day I have a themed day, right? Every day is around a theme. And on Sunday, it's self-care Sundays, okay? As you know by now, or maybe you don't if you're new to me, I'm a holistic business coach and an RN health and wellness educator. And so aside from teaching women how to transition out of a job and start and grow their businesses, I also make sure that they are prioritizing their health, their healing, and their happiness. And I'm going to, of course, adopt that philosophy for myself, right? And practice what I preach, because who would I be to share with you what you should be doing if I'm not practicing it myself and giving you something to model? So I am actually on Sunday. So when we think about self-care, I want to make sure you can see me clearly. But when we talk about self-care or when you hear those words, oftentimes people think about self-care in the manner of, doing something for themselves as far as pampering, right? Like getting your hair and nails done, getting a facial, going to a day spa, that sort of thing. And while that is true, it is certainly a big part of it. Same for me too. It is a big part of my self-care. In fact, I went and got my nails done yesterday, right? I got a polish change. I got my nails cut down. I enjoyed the vibe. And so that is a big part of it. But who says that luxury can't be mixed in with leadership, right? You may not think about it in this way, but what I do for myself, aside from treating myself to all things pampering, which I love because I'm a girly girl, I absolutely make sure that I make time to treat myself like the CEO that I am. So what do I mean by that? On Sundays, every Sunday without fail, I have what's called, and this is something that I came up with, and I'm going to share with you why. I attend a CEO champagne brunch, right? So even if it's just me, or if I have someone with me, be it family members, friends, colleagues, that's fine. But typically I treat me. Why? Because it's important that we recognize ourselves as the CEO of our brands or businesses and our lives, right? And so for me personally, that is something that I love doing for myself. And because I love to indulge in my success, I love to celebrate myself like a queen, right? I want to make sure I am being treated as a queen. It is for me, it fuels everything within my spirit, right? It fuels my business and my brand as well as my life, every aspect of it. It nurtures my soul. When I do something for myself, specifically like a CEO champagne brunch, because I love brunches, okay? And I am a CEO, like I said, not just of my business, but of my brand and my life, okay? And that's really important to note, because if I'm going to do things on my terms and I want to envision how I can elevate myself and get to the next life, to the next level in life, not the next life, okay? I'm going to retract that. The next level in life, I want to make sure that I am treating myself like I am deserving of that first class experience. You feel what I'm saying? So one of the things that I do, again, is I attend to a CEO champagne brunch. I love champagne. I love a good brunch. And so the first thing I do is I find where I'm going to have an impeccable customer service experience. And then, so I have some favorites that I go to, some favorite restaurants where they know me already and they treat me, they have a whole gourmet spread that I can choose from. They have the best champagnes and wines and all of that. And they have really great food, right? healthy foods as well. It's tasty for sure, but it's also healthy because I, of course, am all into health and wellness. So but I love trying new places as well. So I will look for somewhere that is new, that I may not have been to yet, that I might want to experience, where they literally come and serve me in a way that is going to be a memorable experience, right? So they come and they, have nice conversation with me. They seat me at a table that, of my choice, usually one that has a beautiful view. They come and lay out, the napkin the white napkin on my lap. They ask me what I want, if I'm going to be expecting any company or if I'm here alone. They from A to Z, they make sure it is a beautiful, memorable experience. And so if you're going to do it, go all in and do it right. And so one of the things that so today I'm close to the place I'm going to be going to. I'm not going to share, but I will say I'm in SoCal. I'm Southern California right now. And so it's in like the wine vineyard area. It's going to be a beautiful experience. And I like I said, I typically will go by myself, but sometimes I will invite, or someone will want to come along and experience a first class life with me. So I'll be meeting a couple people out there in order for us to really have a great time. So I want to just describe like what that looks like for me. Like, what does my first class experience look like? And you can create this for yourself, okay? But for me, like I said, pick out one of the finest restaurants I can go to. Sometimes I get really dressed up and really dolled up. Today, I just decided to kind of go, kind of halfway in between, right? So, I got my, as you see, this is how I'm going to go. I don't have to dress like up like to the nines, right? But this is one of those places where you can come as you are and be quite comfortable and casual. But I like to go looking, nice. So, but I got to keep it cute and comfortable at the same time. So we're going to go to this really nice place in the winery area, and a really like a 5-star restaurant. And so, you get the whole shebang. So we're going to order appetizers, then we're going to order the main entree. I'll probably order either, one of their best champagnes, or get like a flight of wine, or, maybe a cocktail or something, just depending on what I'm feeling like. So I haven't been to this particular place, but I've heard great things about it. And so I don't exactly know what they have on the menu, but I'm going to be doing it big, ordering it up. I'm not holding back because, again, I want to feel like I'm being treated like a queen, treating myself like a queen, and being catered to like a queen. Okay. So I am not holding back on what I order. Okay. Then, I am going to, of course, have great conversations with my company. But what I typically do in these CEO champagne brunches when I'm by myself, and what we'll do, because they already know how I roll, so they've already come with their not necessarily their laptops, but like their iPads, and of course everybody has a phone on them, and we are just going to dream bigger, right, about our next level in life. What does our first class life look like, right? What other experiences have we not participated in or indulged in that we are deserving of? How can we actually get to our next level? Who is it that we need to know? Who can we rub elbows with, right? Like, who are those key players in the community that we need to connect with? What collaborations can we come up with? What activities do we need to do to make things happen for ourselves? Like, it's going to be like a brainstorming session. And of course, we're going to make it fun. We're going to have a lot of laughs, right? But it is really, that's what I do when I'm by myself. So I want to just kind of keep the momentum going because, we are in December, we're around the holidays, we're going into a new year. And so it's imperative that we are always thinking about what our success story is going to look like and how our lives are going to unfold. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's one of the things that we do is we go to, like I said, a classy upscale restaurant, or either one where it doesn't have to be all that fancy, but it definitely does have to have all the bells and whistles. And for sure, it has to be one where they have impeccable customer service, okay? Because that adds to the experience. All right. So let me kind of hold this up a little bit so that because I don't have my my tripod sitting on anything. I'm holding it up here. And then I'm going to continue on with my day here shortly. But so like I said, we reflect and we dream bigger about what our lives look like, right? We ask ourselves the hard questions. And so for Sundays in general is a really good day for you to think about, what the previous week looked like. It's a great time to wind down your weekend and prepare for the week ahead. It's also a really good time for you to focus on what's working well in your life and in your business or any aspect of your life and what's not working so well, and have an honest conversation with yourself. Jot those things down and figure out how you can fix whatever the problem is. So while you identify the problems, it's not for you to stay and live within the problem, right? You can't reside there. You need to make sure that at some point you get to living in the solution, right? So get into radical solution mode so that you can get into radical action and think about what are you going to do to implement a better life for yourself, right? If something is not working, you don't just say, oh, well, it didn't work. I didn't hit my goals. I didn't meet my goals. Oh, well, that's just the loss. I'm just going to take the L. No. This is a time for you to say, you know what? I didn't meet my goals. And so what am I going to do about it? Because I can't not just keep not meeting my goals, right? There has to be something I can do. What's missing? There must be something missing from the pieces of the puzzle. Okay? I've almost got this puzzle complete, but something's not quite right here. This is not fitting. This little piece here goes somewhere else, or this is missing altogether. So whatever that is, figure it out fast so that you can, get to living out your success story, right? Not keep failing in the same areas. So where are you failing? What can you do about it? How can you fix it? And then get to fixing it. Okay. So those are some of the things that go on at this particular in the CEO champagne brunches. And also, I would just invite you to adapt this for yourself. Not necessarily the CEO champagne brunch. Brunches and champagne may not be your thing, but what is your thing, right? What can you do specifically that you enjoy? What do you like to indulge in? How do you celebrate your successes? How do you celebrate your wins, your small wins and your large wins, right? What milestones have you hit that oftentimes we don't really live in the moment and celebrate that thing, whatever it is. We just kind of move on with life and go on to the next thing and the next and the next. But I am actually inviting you and challenging you to stay in the present moment, like we talked about yesterday, the here and now, and actually find ways that you can celebrate the successes that you've had, right? So not just bypass them, not just let them go by, not just let it happen and, oh, well, okay, so it happened and now I'm on to the next thing. That is no way to appreciate yourself, to stay in, maintain an attitude of gratitude and to get more of what you rightfully deserve and what you're entitled to. The way that happens is by you taking a moment to think about how you can celebrate yourself and then celebrate yourself, right? Like I said, it doesn't matter how big the win is or how small the win is, okay? So, again, that's just, one of the ways in which I indulge in self-care practices. There are so many things we can do as a part of our self-care practice. That is one thing that I do on Sundays, and I'll, of course, be sharing more with you as we continue out this live stream challenge. But share in the comments if you're watching this on the replay. If you're here right now, drop me some messages in the chat to let me know what you're going to start incorporating for your life. Figure out what your thing is, what you love to do, what lights you up and how you enjoy life, right? And how, in fact, you'll be able to celebrate yourself, celebrate your wins, really think long and hard, or maybe you don't have to think long and hard about what kinds of things you actually like to do for yourself. What do you already do? What will you do based on this conversation we're having today? And did I give you some ideas that maybe you would incorporate for yourself? How can you take what I've shared today and do something similar, right? Maybe it's not a CEO champagne brunch, maybe it's a lunch, maybe it's a dinner. I do those too. I go to dinners in the middle of the week or lunch, right, towards the end of the week because I want to have some time to reflect on how my week went, right? And again, to be thinking about how I'm going to go into the next week. So I hope this has been helpful for you. This is, something that I enjoy and I get super excited about because I am passionate about prioritizing our health, healing, and happiness. And this is a really, really great way to indulge in your success and mix business with pleasure, because as hard as we work, we have to play just as hard, right? Equally as hard. Otherwise, what are we doing all of this for? What are we striving for excellence and success for if we're not going to do it upright and treat ourselves like the queens that we are? And I'm saying queens if you are a guy and you deem yourself to be like a king, so to speak, right? And I don't mean that in the literal sense, obviously, but we should be treated as such, right? But I cater to women exclusively, and so that is why I keep referencing myself and you ladies as a queen, the queen that you are. So do something fun and exciting and celebratory today to engage in, participate in, and celebrate yourself in some way, and practice self-care, and make sure you're being very mindful of those things, what they are, and celebrate your wins, and then let me know what you came up with to celebrate your win today, okay? So be sure to continue to tune in for these daily dose of vitamin D3s. I am getting better at getting a little bit shorter in these videos, okay, so that I can get you in and out of here and get you well on your way. So I hope this has been helpful and very valuable to you. If it was, let me know what resonated with you, what pulled on those heartstrings, and what was the biggest key takeaway or highlight of the message that I shared today. All right. Thank you so much for joining, whether you tuned in live or on the replay. As always, and until next time, I am wholeheartedly in this journey with you. Bye for now.